Peace and blessings, all my beautiful people. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe right now. Also, if you want to support my brand, it's inspiredbydreams.shop. That's the place to go so you can add something new to your closet, man. Everybody's dressing alike. Okay, today's episode, this is really crazy. Things that, I bring to you guys. I just want to formulate a conversation around it and just see if you guys have been through it or you guys have different opinions on it. Today we're talking about when kids catch their parents cheating. How does that, the reaction to that is so crazy. People have so many different opinions on it. Some kids know that their parents cheat. Does that end up, transforming into their kids' life and they look at relationships different? Do they look at love different? I don't know, but we're gonna dive into this and see what's going on. And if you guys are new to the channel, y'all just make sure y'all like and share, subscribe. It's not a big deal. Let's get it.
Mickey made it. Mickey made what you made, Mickey?
Mickey made it.
Mickey made it. What's up, man? Salute.
Salute.
Mickey, you made it, Mickey. Mickey made it.
Yes, sir. Brothers and sisters. What do we got?
Why'd you tell your dad I was cheating on him, Leilani? That ain't your business. And it damn sure ain't your place as a child.
First of all,
Look, girl, who is you talking to?
First of all, you're making it my business by taking me to the guy house that you cheating on my dad with. You are a married woman, and I'm just a child, and I'm still more loyal than you are.
Little girl, you are punished. Don't touch no game. Don't touch no game.
How you gonna punish me when you cheated on my dad? If you cheat on my dad again, then I'm gonna tell him again.
Very
Oh
smart,
wait,
little girl.
there won't be no again. He's divorcing you. Hey, Dad.
Hey, baby girl. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay. What you doing? What's on your mind?
I have something to tell you.
You got something to tell me? What you got to tell Daddy, baby?
Mommy been cheating on you.
Oh, wait, what? How you know that?
Because she's been taking me to the guy's house.
Wait, what?
What would you do if you caught your dad cheating? Would you snitch on him? I have a story. So this story is about a son who says that he is very close to his parents. He's the only child. He says that he is right now 24 years old. His parents have been together for many years. And he just always thought that they were perfect. He does not live at home anymore. He lives close to home. And his parents go to the same gym that he does. Normally they go at different times. His mom goes in the morning, his dad goes in the afternoon, and he kind of goes whenever he can. He doesn't really ever run into them. He tries to avoid them. But one day he happened to see his dad. So he saw him from far away, but he didn't approach him because he was working out. So he decided to start working out on the machine right behind him. He was on the Stairmaster, okay, and his dad was on a treadmill. So it was below him. And he was seeing his dad on his phone. So he quickly realized that he was on Snapchat. And he was, messaging back and forth with someone. And he was confused because his dad was way older and he didn't even know his dad has Snapchat. So it was kind of off. And he could see him going back and forth with someone. He grabbed his phone and he started to record and kind of like zoom in into what his dad was doing, and he started noticing that he was talking to a girl, and the conversation with "I miss you, when am I gonna see you," and there was some inappropriate pictures, and his dad kind of wasn't even trying to hide it because he was at the gym. He didn't know his son was behind him, but his son started to freak out because he's like, what the fuck is my dad doing? So he left without saying anything. He didn't want to confront his dad at the gym. He didn't even know what to do, so he left. The next day he goes over and he's trying to find out more without making it obvious that he knows. So he starts asking his dad, like, oh, have you heard of Snapchat? And the dad's like, no, like, what is that? Plain dumb. He started asking his mom questions like, how are you guys? Are you guys okay? And she's like, yeah, everything's great. Your dad's been working a lot. He's been going on some trips, some business trips, and, you know, everything's fine. Why? So he was even more confused. Like, he wanted to make sure that he wasn't overreacting. So then a couple of days pass by and he calls his mom and he tells her, you know, what are you guys doing? And she's like, oh, your dad's at the gym. He decides to go to the gym again. He goes, he finds him, and he does the same thing. He was in the same treadmill. The son goes behind him and he's doing the same thing again on Snapchat. This time he decides to go up to him. He says that his dad got so scared and immediately put his phone in his pocket. His dad got super defensive, and he started telling him that he was on Snapchat because he had asked him about Snapchat and he got curious and he got it. Of course the son knew it wasn't true, but he was just letting them go on. And the dad was like, oh, you know, I got Snapchat because you asked me about it and I wanted to know more about it. And when I got on there, you know, it synced to my contacts and I started chatting with some of my old friends. So the son's like, what friends? And he's like, oh, some friends from school, like some friends from work, like I'm just chatting with them on Snapchat. And the son really respected his dad, so he felt very uncomfortable to like ask him for his phone, but he did. He told him, let me see your phone then. And the dad got super upset and he's like, nope, what are we, like, you have to respect me, I'm not gonna give you my phone, like stay out of it, blah blah blah. The son tells him, okay, let's go home and show my mom. So they go home and he's following his dad, and by the time they get home, he knows that the dad's probably deleting everything that he was probably, you know, doing on Snapchat, but he had a recording of it. Okay, he had 2 recordings of it. He had recorded it both times. So they get home and the son tells the mom, hey mom, ask my dad to see his phone. The dad hands over his phone and he looks through his Snapchat. He has nothing. He deleted everything. Okay, and the dad starts saying, you know, your son's accusing me of stuff and it's not true, blah blah blah. And the son pulls out the video. He pulls out the video and starts to show his dad, look, I recorded you. He did this before he showed his mom, like kind of giving the dad the chance to come clean. And the dad was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why are you recording me? Are you following me? Like, he started trying to play the victim, and the mom started to get upset at the son. The mom started to tell him, why are you talking to your dad like that? Why are you being disrespectful? What's going on? So the son shows the mom, and the mom didn't care. The mom was super dismissive about it. She told her son to not get involved in their marriage, that that's nothing, that doesn't even prove anything, and that, you know, he had to leave. So the son left, and he did not talk to his parents for weeks. He had so much respect for his mom, and he said that he always thought that his mom was like such a good woman and that she respected herself so much. So after seeing how she reacted to that, he got really confused, and it made him question, like, maybe my dad has done things like this before and I don't know, and that's why my mom's like that. Like, but he decided to stay out of it. He decided to let them be. He says that, you know, he did what he had to do. He told his mom, and if his mom was okay with whatever his dad was doing or didn't believe him, like, he was just gonna stay out of it. He's saying that they're acting like they're upset with him, as if he did something wrong. So he's asking us if he did something wrong, if he should not have said anything, if that was wrong, and what would you guys do? So what do you guys think? I don't know. I always hear stories like this of, like, you try to help someone out and it always backfires. And the reality of it is that parents, like, we might think that our parents are perfect, but they're not. Like, you know, most marriages go through a lot of stuff that your kids never find out, you know. So it's not intended for you guys to find out everything that, you know, the marriages go through. So I think that once you're an adult, the adult thing is to tell someone like, hey, you know. But then again, they're your parents, so you kind of feel more obligated because it's your mom, you know, it's your dad. So I don't think you did the wrong thing. I think you did the right thing. I think that it would have probably weighed on you if you didn't tell her. You probably would feel guilty, and you know, you don't want nothing like that on you. So you did the right thing. Now it's up to them. If they decide to do whatever they want, so be it. You should never do things and expect people to react as if it was you, because you're gonna be disappointed a lot. Okay, people are entitled to react whatever way they want, and you cannot control that. Just be at peace with what you did. You did what you thought is right, and that's it. So let me know if this has happened to you, if you have caught your parents cheating, if you had a snitch on your parents, and what do you think it's right, do you think it's wrong? Let me know.
My name DK, bro. Yo, quick question, yo. Which one of your parents are most likely to cheat first?
My father, I ain't gonna lie, you heard? My father, you heard me get a draw, you heard? Legit.
My dad.
Why you say that?
He be with girls every single day. My mom doesn't know. It's like he got like 5 girls at home right now, probably.
Father.
Wow.
Why you say that?
Happened before?
Huh?
Happened before?
How did it happen?
I don't know. I was 8.
Shit, my dad.
My dad. Hell yeah. My dad. My dad.
My pops.
Why you say your pops?
I don't know. He be chill. You feel me? And my mom, she kind of a housewoman. So she don't like going out too much.
None of them, cause they married. If you really,
you being innocent, or you staying out of this? Like, which?
I'm being innocent. My father.
Why you say that?
Yeah, dude. He a cheater.
So Mom Duke's just innocent.
Yeah, all she do is sleep. She'll be outside.
Oh, my father, he a hoe. He a hoe, let it be known. My father first. My mother would never do that.
And who I'm here with?
Lay and Mimi.
How y'all doing? Yo, real quick. Which one of your parents are most likely to cheat first?
My mother. My father.
Your father? Hold on, your mother. Hold on. Hold on, your mother. Why? Hold on.
Wait, I lied.
No, you said your mother.
No, I forgot my father.
Why?
My father.
Why you say that?
Cause that's him. You heard him. He just get bitches.
Father. Why you say your father?
You know, Daddy was a Rolling Stone.
My mom. Father.
No feelings.
No words. I'm not in their business.
Well, actually, my dad. Father.
Dad. I feel like men is most likely to cheat no matter.
So when we think about childhood trauma and mental health, we think about just, I want to say most people think about it as like abuse. And there's different types of abuse. There's mental, there's physical, there's emotional, there's verbal. And when I was 16, my mom slept with my boyfriend. It was one of the most devastating things that I can say happened to me as a teenager. And the way that I found out, it was crazy because it was in front of a bunch of other people when I found out. Of course, as a teenager, I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing. So, me and said boyfriend were making out, and he left a hickey on my neck. I tried to cover it up. I was walking around the house with jacket on, not hood, but collar up, everything, trying to hide it. Well, she ended up seeing it, and she flipped her wig. Like, she went off. And she cussed him out real bad. And his sister lived upstairs from us. So he went upstairs and told his sister. And his sister came downstairs and cussed her out. And was like, you're just mad because he left one on her and didn't leave one on you. Yeah, everybody know you fucked my brother. No, everybody didn't know that. Because I didn't know. And that was so humiliating to find out that she had did such a thing. So I guess it's safe to say that my trust issues started when I was 16 years old, because I couldn't even trust my own mama. So after that, I didn't have another boyfriend for a long time. And our relationship became more and more strained, because it was just like I couldn't trust her. And outside of the physical abuse and the verbal abuse and the emotional abuse that she was causing me, I also had to deal with that on top of everything. And it's hard to say in words how I felt at that moment, but I would never do that to my child, ever.
Imagine that growing up, all you see is your mom treat your dad like shit. And you don't know why. And no one from your dad's side of the family likes your mom. And you're made to believe that the problem is your dad's side of the family. But then you find out that the problem is actually your mom. Story time. So this story is about a girl who says that growing up, all she saw was her mom treat her dad like shit. Like, she thought that shit was normal. She would just see her mom constantly nagging, fighting. She would degrade her dad really bad. She would humiliate him. Like, she didn't care who was around. She would just treat him like shit. She never saw her dad do anything wrong. Her dad would just go to work. Her mom was a stay-at-home mom. Her dad worked in construction. He would always come home tired. Like, she didn't know what her dad was doing was wrong, but her mom was always mad. And she would always hear her mom talk crap about her dad's sisters, okay, so her aunts. She would always be talking crap about, you know, his side of the family, and it was like a constant thing. So she naturally, like, that's all she heard, that's all she knew about them. She was not allowed to see her dad's side of the family. Like, they were not allowed in their home, they were not allowed to go over. Like, she just didn't grow up with their family at all. But she does remember that when she was really small, like 5-6 years old, she remembers that she used to hang out with her cousins, which was from her dad's side of the family. But then out of nowhere, they just stopped talking. So she had a younger brother. Her brother was about 8 years old, and she was around 12 when all this happened, okay? Now she's older, but she was around 12 years old, and she heard her dad and her mom arguing, and her dad said, well, it's not my fault you went to go have a kid with someone else. And she was in shock, because she's like, what the fuck is he talking about? And the mom was like, you said you would be responsible for him. No one made you do it. You agreed, and you have to back me up. He's your son. You know, you're his dad. That's all he knows. And the dad was like, he's not my son. Like, you cheated on me, had a kid with someone else, and then expected me to take care of him. And the mom lost her shit. You know, her mom was like talking all this crap to him, and then that's it. Like, they went to bed, and then she was like thinking about all this, like, what the fuck does he mean? Like, my brother's not my brother. Like, he's my stepbrother. So then she needed to know, like, you know, she wanted to know what was going on. So she reached out to her cousin on social media. Like, she knew who she was, and she reached out to her, and she asked her, hey, do you know why your mom and my mom don't get along? And her cousin straight out told her, no one likes your mom because your mom cheated on your dad and had a baby with someone else, and that someone else is a family friend. So because your dad decided to stay with her, that's why he stopped talking to everybody, because no one was okay with what she did. So she was in shock. She's like, what? Like, my mom cheated on my dad, and my dad forgave her, helped her raise my brother, and my mom treats my dad like shit every single day. So she decided to confront her mom at 12 years old, okay? She went up to her mom and her dad, and she told them, so my brother's not my brother, he's my stepbrother. She says that her dad's eyes got watery, like, instantly, and the mom went nuts. The mom was like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's none of your business. Meti, like she just started telling her all kinds of stuff, trying to like gaslight her that she was wrong. Like, what was she talking about? Like, that's not true. And then the daughter was like, I heard you guys. Like, I heard you guys, and I talked to my cousin, and she told me that that's why no one likes you, because you cheated on my dad. So the mom was still going at it, like, no, it's none of your business. Your brother's your brother, blah, blah, blah. So then she looked at her dad and she asked her dad, is, you know, my brother not yours? And he said, he's not. But I, you know, see him as my son. So it doesn't matter. So even though the mom treated the dad like shit, like, the dad never talked bad about the mom. Like, he actually told the daughter, like, you need to calm down and stop talking to your mom like that. Like, that's our business. It's not your responsibility. Like, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Well, she says that ever since then, like, she never saw her mom again, and she just couldn't get over that because her mom was such a bitch. Like, she's like, my mom didn't work. My mom treated everybody like crap. My mom constantly talked crap about everybody. And my dad took her in after she cheated on him and had a kid with someone else. And then my dad gets treated like shit, and I'm not allowed to see my dad's side of the family because they didn't agree with what my mom did, which was wrong. So as the years went on, like, she realized that her mom was the problem. Like, her mom had fucking issues, and, you know, she just didn't agree with it. So when she got older, like, she left and she slowly, like, had no contact with her mom because her mom was so judgmental. She was so negative. She was so unhappy, and she made everybody's life miserable around her. She felt so bad for her dad because she saw her dad work so much, get treated like crap, you know, take on this responsibility that wasn't his, and he decided to stick with her no matter what his family said. He didn't even talk to his own mom anymore. Like, he completely stopped talking to everybody for, you know, her mom, and she just feels like he didn't deserve that, but she couldn't do anything about it. Imagine, like, that's so fucked up, finding out your brother is your stepbrother. I mean, it's still your brother, you know, but like, finding all that out that young, like, you know, sometimes as parents, we think kids are dumb. Like, we think that kids are not gonna know, they're never gonna find out, they're not gonna realize. Everything comes out, okay? Everything. You could only keep shit a secret for so long. And I swear, I don't know why, it's always the ladies that talk the most shit that have the most fucking skeletons in their closet. But what would you do if you were her? Like, do you think that she did the right thing by just not talking to her anymore? Has this happened to you? Have you done that? Like, I mean, I feel like your parents' problems are your parents' problems. You know, to some extent, like, your kids shouldn't get involved. But, you know, like I said, everything comes to light eventually, and something like that, like, you can't keep a secret forever. So I feel like she's not in the wrong. Like, a lot of us have very toxic family members, very toxic parents, and when we're younger, we don't see it because we love our parents. Like, we don't see anything wrong with them. But then we grow up and we realize our parents are the fucking problem, and that's okay. Like, it's okay for us to realize that, and for us to accept that, and for us to deal with it however we want. Like, if we want to be involved with it or we don't. But let me know if you have any similar stories like this. If this has happened to you, what do you do? And yeah.
Wow. All I can say is nowadays relationships are not easy. This we know. But if you have kids, and nowadays with social media, everything, you know, these kids pick up very fast. And all I can say is if something like that happens, 9 out of 10 times usually both parents are kind of aware. But when you have your kids involved, and, you know, the kid has to tell daddy that mommy's cheating, all of that stuff, that makes a toxic environment, period. Forget about relationship. Just the environment alone is going to become toxic because there's a broken trust and your kid is starting to pick up on it. So what I would say, you know, nobody's perfect, but when it comes to relationships, you know, you try to keep your kids away from whatever you have going outside because they pick up things like a sponge, and social media tell them exactly what's going on. If they have to go search and see what's going on, they can find and see somebody else's parents doing the same thing. So all I would say is, you know, keep your relationships. If you're not working out at the home, maybe you guys chose to stay together for your children. Try to keep everything that you're doing outside away from the kids, because then they have a different outlook when it's time for them to get in a relationship. But nobody's perfect, and I want to know what you guys think about this one here. And you know, I can't say that it's right, but I can't say that it's wrong, because you never know the dynamic of the relationship. So it's crazy, man. It's really crazy. I feel like it's not like back in the days where, you know, you're not liable to pick up on what's going on. Nowadays, it's all in your face. It's like you go to school and somebody pull it up on their phone. Oh, this is your mom, and, you know, this is your dad, you know. And just to know that some in the other conversations, just to know that some kids knew what was going on and they just took it that way, man, that's scary on how their outlook on relationships would be. So you guys let me know in the comment section down below, and let me hear what you feel of how you feel about this. Has it happened to you growing up, and has it affected your relationships, you know, going on in your life? Let me know. Till next time, it's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to this channel, you know what to do to this channel. Subscribe